Yeah, man.
That's
So that's
amazing.
it.
So tell us, what was the first business you started?
Jewelry.
Yes,
I
yes, you
started
told me. Yeah, okay.
started a jewelry. Well, so again, I was very silly in my youth, and I was on this scholarship doing the PhD, and it was just people said, hey, you had to spend half your money on an engagement ring. So I got engaged. Well, I was going to get engaged, and so I said, oh, okay, cool, my annual income is $20,000, therefore I should spend $10,000 without even thinking about living costs or anything, because literally my living costs and stuff from that $20,000, I think I had like $500 left at the end of the year, right? If that.
Yeah.
But, so here I am, this young kid who's gone on a payment plan, and after 3 months of paying this thing off, I used up all my savings to buy this ring. Again,
Wow.
young and foolish, right? And the wrong information too. Young, foolish, wrong information. I go and I buy this ring, and I give this guy, this jeweler, $10,000. And
Wow.
then a couple of weeks later, I see an ad on, I think it was Google or Facebook, saying pretty much the exact same diamond ring that I had just bought for $2,000. And
Wow.
I said, oh my God, $2,000, I got ripped off. So I
Yeah.
bought that. I used my credit card to buy this $2,000 ring. And I took it to the jeweler and I said, hey, what do you think of this ring? Because I just paid you $10,000 for this ring. And this ring looks the exact same, but it's $2,000. And he looked at it and he told me, you know what he said to me? He
Yeah.
said, I'll give you $5,000 for that ring. And I went, okay, deal. So I sell the ring to him for $5,000. Now I've got $5,000.
Sure.
I
Wow.
take that, I go back to this website, I buy more rings, I come back to him and I say, which ones do you want? And so he'd say, I want this one, this one, this one, this one. And whichever ones he didn't want, I said, well, how am I going to get rid of this? eBay. So I put it on eBay.
Mm.
So that's how the business started. And the average ring that I would buy would be $1,000, but it was valued at $10,000. So I was buying the rings at 90% off, and then I would put them on eBay for 50% off. So now I'm buying it for 1,000, selling it for $4,000 or $5,000, right? And that's why I told you that, pretty much I was walking
Yeah.
around with this bag full of diamonds and gold, which had about $200,000 worth of stock in it.
Wow, that's
And I was walking
amazing.
around town, and I couldn't, this bag never left my side, and everybody thought I was a drug dealer
Did
because,
you have any
yeah, I had.
bodyguards?
No, man, it was just me. I used to train martial arts just in case I got
Wow.
jumped.
That's wild, man. That's amazing. All right. So now, after that business, what was the next business? Let's talk about your path from that up until now.
Yeah, for sure. So after that, I got, well, the same company where I was buying. So I had to hand over cash and buy stock. So anybody who's in the e-commerce, you got to outlay stock. So outlay of
Inventory,
stock,
yeah.
then you've got to hold stock, and
Hmm.
holding the stock, and when stock doesn't move, it's a pain in the bum, right? So
Hmm.
how can we? I just that was the worst thing about my e-commerce journey was stock, inventory, and so these guys created an affiliate program. So I said, oh, cool. So I signed up for the affiliate program. I went to Facebook. Facebook was just coming out. This is 2007. And I put up an ad saying diamond rings 90% off. Click here. And the affiliate commission was 15%. So every time somebody clicked on my ad, it cost me about 10 cents or 20 cents back then. They click on
Wow.
my ad, they go to this web page, and and I was targeted towards men who'd been in relationships for 5 years. If they went to the page and they didn't buy something for their girls, they'd buy something for themselves, whether it be watch, sunglasses, etc. I would make
Mhm.
15%. The average transaction value was $1,000. So I was spending 20 cents and I was making back $150. It was literally like
Wow.
printing money. So that was the next business. So affiliate
Mhm.
marketing. After affiliate marketing, you only get paid when
Mhm.
you make a sale. The next business that came along was cost per acquisition, CPA marketing. So there's a
Mhm.
network, a CPA network. There's people like me. There's more than 100,000 affiliates who sign in every morning, look at all the deals, and say, "Oh, yeah, I'll promote this." And so I saw this credit card deal, and it said, this bank, the credit card at this bank. So I went to Google and typed in the keywords, and it would cost me $6 per click for having the keywords bank X credit card application, right? And so anybody who went in and typed in bank X credit card application, they would see my ad at the top. They'd click it and then fill it out, and I'd get paid $200. So now I was turning
Wow.
$6 into $200. The bank was getting the lead. I was using my money. I was getting paid. And so there were 1,800 searches just on this one keyword string. And you and I both know there's lots of long tail keywords. So,
Sure.
there's again, I used to just sit there and just buy all the keywords up. So that happened, and then after that, I built a digital agency, and it became a white label digital agency, and we have more than 100 people in there at its peak. That's all reduced now, and we had 36 agencies who would send us work all day, every day. And so then
Mhm.
we would put their names on it, we would answer the phones on their behalf, etc. And so that's a digital agency pumping out websites, pumping out social media, ad management, etc. And then we became known, we started getting contracts from the government. So if you facial recognition software, you go to an airport, you put in your passport. We
Mhm.
built those systems. We built systems for
Wow.
the defense force. We built systems for the agricultural sector. So we started building platforms and these bigger systems. So that's how the company grew. So then I built a SaaS company. The SaaS company, we took it to 20 million in about 4 years. And that's building apps for the buildings in the background. That's a whole nother, I could talk to you about that for about an hour. And I'm sharing all the highlights with you, but man, there was also some pretty bad days. There's
Imagine.
everybody always talks about all the greatest things, but they never talk about the bad things that happen. I remember, having to pay, like having 100 staff sounds cool until you have to pay everybody. Every morning, if I didn't wake up and I didn't do what I had to do, I couldn't,
Hmm.
these people's livelihoods, their families were
Sure.
on me. One Christmas, I remember eating tuna and bread for Christmas because I paid everybody, paid all their bonuses and everything. I couldn't afford to go and buy a turkey, right? And that's the reality of being in business.
Mhm.
When it doesn't
Sure.
matter, people always talk about the great highlights, but there's also low times, which
Absolutely.
people should realize. Yeah, man. So then, as you know, I built a couple more businesses after that, and the latest one just launched yesterday. So I'm really, really, really excited.
Oh, wow. That's amazing.